Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? Knowing the amount of attributes a cap breaker is going to add to a stat is a big advantage in NBA 2K26 when making your build. For example, when I made my center build, I went 88 pass act because I wanted to use 5 cap breakers to make it 93. Come to find out, with my first cap breaker, I get +2 instead of +1 like I was thinking. So now I only need 4 cap breakers for my pass act. When it comes to close shot, it's the same thing. I wanted to eventually get this to 94. But as you guys can see, I only need to use 3 cap breakers, and that's going to get me to 95 close shot. One more than I was even planning to do. When I made my driving layup, I didn't think anything of it. But as you guys can see, if I use 3 cap breakers, I can get my 64 layup to a 79. And if I knew that before I made the build, I probably just would have made this driving layup 65 so we could go to an 80. So I could get animations, better badges. If it's possible, you should try to know what cap breaker is going to boost every attribute by and how much whenever you make your build. The best way to do this is if you have a friend that already has the game and they have a cap breaker unlocked, ask them if they can make your build and check what the plus attribute is going to be to every single stat for the cap breaker. If they're nice, they might do it for you. If you have to get a cap breaker on your own, it's going to be kind of tough. You can buy level 40 in the season pass, but that is going to be expensive. If you want to make a build but not fully max it out and you want to do these lifetime challenges to get that cap breaker at 100 complete, you could actually make it happen. As you guys can see, there are a ton of challenges you can complete by not actually playing basketball. You can play mini games in the my court, you can run around on the go-kart, race against players. This still will take a while, especially too if you're just making a 60 overall build to do challenges in the park to get that first cap breaker before you fully upgrade the build. It might be a bit tough. What I recommend for you guys is if you don't have a friend that has a cap breaker and they can kind of figure the build out with you and you don't want to buy the cap breaker in the season pass, make your first build knowing that it's not going to be perfect. You know, there's going to be things that you wish you did when making the build. You can play the game, you know, not sweat getting a cap breaker early. You're going to end up getting it by hitting rookie 5. Joining a crew, getting the city challenges done just by playing the game. And after that, you can focus on maximizing your build with cap breakers for your second build, for your third build. Just because your first build is not maximized to the absolute peak it could possibly be, that doesn't mean, you know, you made a bad build. It doesn't mean you have to delete it. I'm keeping this build that I made. It still works out really well with everything I wanted to do. Could it be a little bit better if I knew what attributes would be boosted by every single cap breaker I would eventually get? Yes, but I mean, it's not that serious. The build is still amazing. You don't have to have the absolute best of the best build even to compete with the best of the best players. Now, keep in mind, if you go up against Sweat, if you're playing a lot of Comp Pro, and if you play a lot of Stage, then the nerds in those game modes are going to do that, so you might be at a very slight disadvantage. But in NBA 2K26, you can definitely win while at a slight disadvantage. All it takes is having some stick skill and knowing your jump shot, having some IQ, and you're going to be good. I wish 2K showed you when making the build the cap breakers that you would eventually get. Being able to see that in the build screen would be way better. You should not have to buy or unlock a cap breaker just to be able to see it. I noticed that very early in the game and I was concerned about it, but I mean, hey, it stayed the same. What can you do? This is going to be something that people aren't even thinking about when they make their first build. So if you see this video and it helped you out, if you do want to drop a like and subscribe, of course, I do appreciate it a ton. I threw in this gameplay for the end of the video just for some entertainment. As you guys can see, we're on the 2s. I was going crazy early on with the Jokic hop jumpers. I ended up missing a crab. All on me, you know. These guys get the ball. I didn't box out the big. He greens a rebound on me. The guard, he's cooking up a bit. Me and Beast end up getting switched. You know, I got 65 speed with 50 agility. It's a bit tough to keep up with the guards in this game, so I'm telling Beast, just run through these screens. Let's not switch anymore. Let me make sure to get a box out on the big, and then check this out, man. This guard, he keeps shooting some early, so the ball ends up bouncing really far. Now, if he timed those good, it would go under the rim, and I would get the ball. It's my mistake, though. To be honest, I'm not getting a box on the big. It's not rocket science. I need to be better at getting the rebounds. We're giving these guys way too many possessions. Thankfully, they're missing some shots that they probably normally hit. There are just some games where it doesn't matter how good you shoot on this game, you just cannot hit that game right here. They end up getting it one more time. Beast on a 6'8". He's going up against a small guard, so the speed advantage is there, but 6'8s play defense so well in this game. You guys can see I was going to go up with a dunk. I thought there was a slight chance they might jump, possibly get a block. I waited out. I go to the post fade, my bread and butter on this build. Me and Beast both have takeover, so there's no excuse now. Look at this too, man. Catch the ball in the corner. No dip shot. Was that necessary right there? I probably didn't need it, but that extra speed to your jump shot is definitely nice. I'll make a video talking about the no dip shooting and what I think about it. It's something you got to learn though, you know. You're going to shoot worse originally whenever you start doing the no-dip shooting. You got to learn the timing. But if you can get it down, there's going to be a lot of situations where you're able to get an open shot where it would have been contested if you just shot it regular. I got sharpshooting takeover. You can break ankles with this takeover, so I'm going to end up selling a bit right here. I try to do this long Jokic hop jumper animation. I was hoping that it would be a red contest and I would be able to green it. I end up missing the yellow. Hey, man, it happens. It's showboating. Shouldn't have done it. They got the ball 11-19. We're going to need one more stop to win this game. And we've all been here, man. You end up just trying to have some fun on the twos. You don't really remember what the guys you're playing against were, how good they were. So they get an opportunity to win the game. Hopefully we can still get a stop and find a way to win. The guard boxed up right here. At this point, don't let him get a dunk. You got to make him shoot the shot. Luckily for us, he ends up getting a layup and missing it. I run it out to the three-point line. Check it out, man. I'm going to end up getting the red contest that I wanted anyway with the post hop shot right here. If you guys did enjoy the video, if you made it all the way to the end, man. We've been going crazy this first week of NBA 2K26, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. This is Tonic. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.